Hi, my name is Jason Digos with RTTI. Have you ever wondered what the Rockford Fosgate 360 is all about? Well, in this video, we're going to talk to you about the different technologies and why you need the 360 in your vehicle. We'll even talk to Tony Yonke, the lead design engineer, about this product. So fasten your seatbelts and here we go. So why do you need a product like 360? Well, with 360 it would allow you to integrate Rockford Fosgate amplifiers and speakers into your existing car audio system. So what that means is if you have a factory navigation system or even steering wheel controls or OnStar, you could add 360 and Rockford Fosgate amplifiers without changing anything in the front of your car. So how does 360 work? Well, for an explanation, let's go to the lead design engineer behind 360, Tony Yonke.
So here at Rockford, we like to be innovative in our developments. So one of the problems our dealer base has is integrating into OEM systems. You know, OEM systems have predetermined EQ, crossovers, etc. So in order to overcome those hurdles, we developed a 360. And the 360 is actually a simple device that allows you to integrate any aftermarket equipment into any factory system. And it does so by analyzing the audio inputs. The common denominator, whether you're working with a MOS system, CAN bus, any other type of fiber optics or analog or digital network, is that the common denominator is analog audio. So we take 6 inputs, either low or high level, and analyze each of those inputs to determine their frequency response. If you have a tweeter, obviously it's going to be in the high range. A mid-range, it's going to be in the mid, and the subwoofer will be in the low range. We analyze all the inputs, sum the appropriate channels together to give you a full range response, and then we normalize or flatten that response to give you a full range from 20 to 20K, the same as if you'd replace your factory radio with an aftermarket source. The box does so completely automatically, no intervention from the user. After the process is complete, we give you access to all the goodies inside, all the DSP hardware that we've used to attain those goals, and that allows you to custom tune the system using 153 bands of equalization, crossovers, independent level control, time delay, all these features via a Bluetooth enabled device, whether it be a PC, Windows Mobile PDA, or a Palm Pilot. One of the most innovative features on 360 is the ability to sum multiple channels. Now, typically in past products you can sum channels, but you have to know what you're actually summing. You know it's a tweeter, you know it's a mid-range, you know it's a subwoofer. You sum all those to give you a full range response. Well, 360 is a little more intelligent than that. It actually analyzes each of those inputs for you and keeps track of what's going on. So it knows if the input you use is a tweeter, a mid-range, a full range, or a subwoofer, and then it analyzes that and then sums those appropriately. So if you have a tweeter and a mid and a sub as 3 separate inputs, you will get one full range output with information between 20 and 20K. That allows you to customize the output if you want to create a tweeter output, a mid-range output, a subwoofer output. So essentially we take the random assortment of inputs from a factory system and give you consistent full range outputs for you to tune as you see fit. The 360 also has a very flexible crossover, giving you the ability to do high pass, low pass, or band pass. You also have the ability to adjust the slope of either 12 or 24 dB per octave. The crossover range is 50 Hz to 10 kHz in 62 individual steps to allow you more than enough flexibility for any system. OEM integrations on the outside seems like a pretty simple process, but inside there's a lot of stuff going on. Every 360 comes with a test tone disc that you insert into your factory CD player, and that actually allows us to characterize each input. So what we do is we analyze each input full range from 20 to 20K to get the amplitude at each frequency from 20 hertz for your subwoofer all the way up to 20 kilohertz, say for your tweeter. And then we determine the range of each channel. Some channels are going to be partial range, some parts are going to be full range. Once we determine the frequency response of each channel, we add the appropriate channels together. Once this happens, we reanalyze it to verify that in fact we do have full range signal. And then we use the 153 bands of EQ, 31 for the front, left, and right, 27 for the rear, left, and right, 27 for the center, and 10 for the sub, to create a compensation curve or normalize the curve so that you get a full range flat response. After the process is completely done that, it actually goes back and reanalyzes the signal again to actually verify that in fact it has made a correct compensation for your system. And it actually shows you before and after plots right on the EQ software. So you actually verify every time that you get the results you're looking for. So the inputs on 360 are pretty versatile as well. We have their standard RCA inputs for your aftermarket source units, as well as high-level inputs. Now the input level range is 1 volt to 20 volts. Now 20 volts, keep in mind, is a true 4 ohm rating of 100 watts. So most OEM systems out there, this will be more than adequate to support those head units. So I think we've pretty much covered all there is to talk about on the OEM integration capability of 360. Now 360 isn't just strictly confined to OEM applications. You can use it with any aftermarket head unit. And a lot of aftermarket head units these days are nice. They have navigation, touchscreen controls, MP3 player, iPod capability. The problem is the output of the signal from those head units is pretty small. They spend a lot of money on making them look nice, but they actually sacrifice the audio fidelity. And typically by audio fidelity, we're referring to the output voltage of that source unit. Now a good source unit is going to be a couple volts, 2, 3, 4 volts. A lot of these source units you're going to find today on the market are 500 millivolts, 1 volt, maybe 2 volts if you're lucky. Well, 360 is perfect for this application. It actually gives you 5 volts of clean output. So 5 volts to drive into your amplifier. What does 5 volts mean to you? Well, essentially you can turn the gain down in your amplifier, which means reduce system noise. One of the most powerful features of the 360 is time alignment. In a perfect situation, every speaker would be the same distance from your ears. But in a car, this isn't possible. Typically the driver's, for example, the driver's position, the speaker in the driver's side door is the closest speaker to the listener. But delay allows you to virtually move that speaker away so that every speaker's sound arrives at your ears at the exact same time. Traditionally, delay is measured in milliseconds. We find that kind of confusing for the customer, so we retailored the unit to actually measure in distance, in inches and feet. So now we're done, right? You set your EQ, set your crossover, set your gains, and then you lose your battery connection. And what happens next? Think you lose your settings? Not with 360. 360 is non-volatile memory. No matter if your battery is disconnected or not, 360 will retain its settings. We actually go one step further. We give you the ability to save your file. Save it on your PC, back it up, send it to your friends, do whatever you like. You'll never lose your settings with 360.
Thanks, Tony. That was a great explanation. So in a nutshell, the 360 analyzes your factory audio signal, makes its necessary corrections, and then allows you to customize your sound system the way you want it to sound. Not only is it a great OEM integration tool, it also has these RCA inputs so that you could utilize any source unit to bring out the full potential of your sound system. So now you know the full potential of 360. Go down and visit your local Rockford Fosgate dealer to see what 360 can do for your audio system. And for more information, visit us on the web at www.rockfordfosgate.com.